Hello and welcome. First, I would like to create a circle of protection around the energetic field of this live stream by casting and calling all of the elements and directions around us. You can do this anytime. I do this every single day. It's a great way to connect with all of the elements. It's also a really important way to stay protected in our world. So east air, south fire, west water, north earth, and center spirit. I'd like to recognize all three of the worlds: the overworld, the sun, the moon, the stars, all of the planets and cosmos; the middle world, the mountains, trees, oceans, lakes, streams, and all living beings on this earth; and the underworld, the bones, the ancestors, the lava, the deep, rich soil, and the dark magnetic star that keeps us grounded to this beautiful earth. And we are between the worlds, and what happens between the worlds affects all of the worlds. So as we are in this protective circle, I did want to speak a little bit about the Lion's Gate portal that everyone's talking about, and that, I think that it's really important to be tapped in, and it's also really important to be tapped into multiple realities. I think that as we are all experiencing a different type of time, as time collapses, as time stretches out, as we are all on the spiral, and this Lion's Gate today, this 8-8 portal that people are talking about, I really wanted to bring a little bit of different information into what's maybe circulating that you've been reading, that other people are posting. I am always a bit of a skeptic. I am an oracle, psychic, healer, all of these words that are kind of buzzwords also, but I'm also one that questions kind of everything. I've always been a skeptic. I've always really looked deeper into all the information that kind of lies on the surface. And so with this Lion's Gate, it's also connected to the star Sirius. Now, if you know anything about the star Sirius, it is the brightest star in the sky. It is connected to ancient Egypt. It's also known as Isis. It's known to be also the dog star because it's in Canis Major. So I see it being connected to deities like Anubis, that are the dog-headed deity that has to do with crossing into the underworld. And so really connected to ancient Egypt. It's really connected into the Nile. And so there's a lot of deep mystery that is connected to the Egyptian mysteries when we're talking about this star Sirius. I've also heard this star being connected to our spiritual star. So if the sun is connected to the earth and the physical plane, Sirius is connected to kind of our spiritual evolution, and maybe could be what powers our star, our sun. And so, there's a lot of information. The best way to get information is always connecting to it yourself. We are all our own star seeds. We're all bringing in our own valuable information. I think that we can find the reflection with it outside of us in the mirror, and that it's important to maybe do some research and pay attention to your outer world, but the inner world is always where you're going to find the most valuable information for you. We all have our own truths. We all have our own paths. We all have our own magic. We are sharing a collective experience, and we all are connected to the collective. However, it's really important to really focus on yourself. Get the information outside, but always make sure it resonates with the inside. That's where your inner temples are. That's where the real true information is going to be. So really make sure that you're connecting to you. So with this Lion's Gate, with this 8-8 portal, I just wanted to bring a little information into it. So, today is August 8th, year 2020. Yeah, we can all agree on that. But what does that really mean? What does it mean to say today is August 8th, year 2020? This is based on a Gregorian calendar system that is pretty much widespread worldwide. And the Gregorian calendar is named Gregorian calendar from Pope Gregory the VIII, which was the head of the Catholic Church. So, we've got these calendar systems, we've got these days, we've got these times that we use, and a lot of times we don't question the very basic foundational makings of our reality. Something like time and calendar and days of the week and numbers and letters, and I can kind of go on forever. So with the Gregorian calendar, it's a 12-month system. And, the Catholic Church has kind of formulated a lot of control over the way in which we perceive reality. So for that reason, I kind of sometimes have an issue even with trying to sink into like what year it is or what day it is or what time it is. So the Mayan calendar, it was a 13-month system, and 13 months is really based on a more lunar type of looking at systems and realities. So I can see the 12 months being important as an equal mathematical division, and 13 makes it maybe a little bit different. But, if you think about the number 13, it's almost like the serpent. It's been kind of viewed as maybe like Friday 13th, or it's bad luck. And, anything that's been said to be like evil, demonic, whore, bad, any of these things, I like to look at them more because our power has been hidden from us, or at least there's been the illusion that our power has been hidden from us. And we are in such a big time of this like great awakening. We're all kind of like experiencing something a little bit more as we've been forced to go in and be in our homes and be with ourselves more than we maybe have done in the past. So I'm not here to really tell people like what to do or how to think. I want people to think for themselves. Like, we are all chipping away at the information. Me, myself, every day I'm kind of like researching more, and that the information is scattered throughout. It's woven like a tapestry. There's information here, there's information here, there's information here. So don't ever let yourself get stuck in one place. We're weaving it together. We're removing the layers. We're seeing what's underneath. So with this 8/8 portal, I'm not saying that today isn't a portal, but I'm also saying, where does the time frame come from? Where does the calendar come from? Where does our clock come from? It's based on an AD, BCE, that's still based in like before and after Christ, something that's like really religious. And I am quite the anti-religion person, where I feel like, there's a lot of constructs that have been put upon us, even if we didn't grow up in highly religious homes. It's kind of like built into the fabric of a lot of the things that are around us. So, I really wanted to bring emphasis more onto the star Sirius and how it's important for us to really connect to the stars, to the sky up above, that we are not the only planet in the universe, and that it's important to know that not only are we all connected here on Earth, but we are all connected galactically, and that the stars are our wisest and oldest ancestors, and many of us coming from the stars, that it's so important for us to not forget to connect to the actual stars. So right now, Sirius is the heliacal rising star, which means that when the sun rises in the east, it is rising with the sun. You can see at dawn the star Sirius. That isn't always the case, and the Egyptians used that for possibly their agriculture and the Nile. I think the Nile flooded around this time. So this has been used for a really long time, Sirius being one of the brightest stars in the sky. So I see that since it's rising on the horizon with the sun, and the sun is approaching the Leo constellation. I am a star-based astrological forever student of the stars. And so I think that when we talk about the signs and when we talk about the constellations, they are not the same thing. Tropical astrology, which is mainstream astrology, which is kind of what everybody is really studying right now, is based in a sign-based zodiacal wheel. And that's not the same as the constellations. The signs and the constellations are not the same thing. I'm talking about the actual sun is about to move through the constellation in the sky of Leo, and that it's approaching right now. I know true sidereal astrology says that August 10th, I think, is the time that the sun is actually in the constellation Leo, but like who's to say where the borders and the boundaries, who's to say where the actual constellation is or isn't, like the what's in between the constellation of the crab, Cancer, and in between the Leo, the lion, you know. Cancer is a very small constellation. Leo is a lot larger constellation. I think back in ancient times, Leo was actually even bigger. So like things aren't always the same as they have been. They're not always going to be the same as they were. Everything is evolving. And that like where is really the boundaries and borders in between constellations? It's a whole zodiacal wheel on our ecliptic. It's all kind of sharing everything. So as the sun is moving away from the Cancer constellation and into the Lion, the Leo constellation, I'm sure that maybe y'all are feeling a little bit of that lion energy, which is interesting because the star Sirius is in Canis Major, which is the dog, you know, Canis, and that's also, you know, really connected to me to the Sphinx. So the Sphinx is known to have this lion head, but also it's also been known to possibly at one point have the head of Anubis, which is a dog. So I really think that there's this like dog cat energy. There's this like awakening energy of Leo, and there's this kind of more inward energy of Cancer as the sun is moving in between. So like there's so much power in the paradox. I love the paradox. I love when two opposing forces can both have truth and also find this balance point. It really makes me think of the beauty and the foundational theories of yin and yang. I have studied Chinese medicine for about 10 years. I am a licensed and practicing acupuncturist, and that like everything has a yin and yang, everything has a masculine and feminine, everything has like a negative and positive charge, a dark and a light, and it doesn't mean that one is good and one is bad, or one is like right or one is wrong, or one is evil and one is like sacred. It's like we need both sides of the coin. We need the sun and the moon, we need our wake, we need our sleep, and the beauty of our harmony comes in the balance of the two. So really finding your balance right now. I think that if we can be practicing anything as a species, it's really finding our balance. It's really harmonizing both our yin and our yang, our sacred masculine and our wild feminine. Everybody has them. It doesn't matter what you have in between your legs. Like everybody has these two balancing forces that actually make a spectrum, because the binary creates like an entire spectrum. And so really finding that balance in the everything, really bringing all of your energy to the center so you really can have a utilization of all that you've worked so hard for. You know, why build all this energy up? Why eat all the food? Why like try to get to these places and achieve your goals if all of your energy is scattered around? So I think if anything we could practice today, say today's a portal, say today's not a portal, you know, I think anything that we can learn right now in this moment is really how to harness your energy, keep it in your center. Don't let the outside world affect your inside world so much, knowing that the way that you can be the most powerful, empowered, and take that power into action is to always remain in your seat of empowerment, always staying strong in who you are, in what you are, and really not letting anything like take you out of your center zone. It's really important for us to like stay in our zone. I like to think of my spine being a golden pillar of light, that I am connected above, below, and all around, and that the more we can stay in our center, the more we can stay in our will forces, the less anything is going to really take us over. There are a million distractions in this world, and they are with a purpose. We are trying to be distracted for a reason, because if we're not paying attention, we're not going to really be as useful as we really could be. We have a whole human technology, and it's really important for you to find out how to use what's best for you. We all have special, unique gifts and talents. Mine are not going to be the same as yours, and it's important to not really look outside to the other. I think that we can see a mirror of ourselves in everyone. However, it's important to focus on yourself, stay in your own lane, really pay attention to you. And if you're letting everything distract you, you're not going to have your energy. And it doesn't mean that there isn't awareness. Be aware of everything, but really focus on yourself. We are all here to do such amazing work. We all have so many gifts to share. So, stay in your center. Take care of yourself, listen to your body. Every day is different. Some days you may have like all the energy that you're just like, fuck yes, let's go, go, go. Some days you might be like, I need to lay in the bathtub all day, like have a lot of self-care, eat more food. Listen to yourself. Every day is different. We are all different. We are all on our different vibrations and frequencies. I like to think that my life is a song, and that in my song, there is a cadence that flows unique to me, and that I am in my own rhythm and flow, and that every part of it looks a bit different. And so really connect with the star Sirius. If you wake up when the sun is rising, maybe before dawn, you might be able to see it like in the eastern horizon, but really connecting into what that star Sirius means for you. That really bright spiritual star, the brightest star in the sky. I think it's twice as massive as our sun, and like, I don't know, like a lot brighter, maybe 200 times brighter. I might be getting that wrong. Don't quote me on that. But it's like, it's like our sun, because our sun is a star, but it's extremely bright and massive. So connecting into that stellar energy, we are not alone here in the universe. It's important to connect with the stars. Like the Leo energy is waking up. The stars, the Sirius star that's in the Canis Major constellation. So really thinking about that paradox of the dog and the cat, like of Anubis and like maybe like Sekhmet, of these like Egyptian deities. And to know that, what time are we really in? I'm not sure. I think the Mayan calendar, that is still going, if it was still calculated now, I think that we're in year 3114. So, what year are we in? Like, I don't know, and I don't know if it matters. All that really matters is right here and right now in the present moment, like not looking too far behind you and not looking too far ahead, because it can be a distraction and you can get lost. So making sure that all your energy is right here and right now, because we're all really needed. Times are changing quickly, and we have a long way to go too. We're just kind of at the beginning of these shifting times as we are going from the age of Pisces into the age of Aquarius. I really think with this like Pegasus bridge, the Pegasus constellation overarches between Pisces and Aquarius. So we're like in this winged bridge. We can think we're in like the 4-dimensional bridge going into the 5D reality. We're in the bridging times. Take care of your neck. Your neck is your bridge to your body. So really making sure that we are focusing in on the right here and right now. So I think that's all I have to say. I just wanted to pop in for a little bit. I hope everybody is having an awesome day. And if you're not having an awesome day, or if you're feeling kind of off, check in with yourself. Ask yourself, like, what do I need? Like, make sure you're checking in with yourself every day. You could feel off because you're tired. You could feel off because you're hungry. You could feel off because you said yes to something that you really wanted to say no to. You could feel off because many things. So just really check in with you. No one's going to know what you need, only you. And if you need something from somebody else, ask for it. We're not all mind readers. Like, make sure you're asking for what you need. See if you can give it to yourself. If you can't, if you need help, ask for it. We are a collective. We are one species working together on a living being, which is Earth. So, it's an awesome time to be alive. And I highly recommend giving gratitude for every single thing that's in your life. You can always have more. You can always have less. Like, be appreciative of what you have in the right here and right now. So blessings to everybody. Happy day of whatever time it is. And yeah, I hope everyone is well. All right. Bye.